You hear it everywhere today, especially from young people. Capitalism isn't working. Housing is expensive, jobs feel hollow, institutions seem corrupt, and life feels like a relentless chase for something. But what if the real source of our dissatisfaction isn't capitalism at all? What if the real problem is the philosophy running our world in the background? A philosophy almost nobody notices, yet everyone is living in. Every age has a dominant operating system. In the medieval world, it was faith. During the Enlightenment, it was reason. Today, it's something else. Materialism. Not consumerism, though that's part of it, but the belief that only physical matter is real, that meaning comes from what can be measured, that value comes from what can be bought, tested, or credentialed. The mindset didn't arrive with a villain or a manifesto. It seeped into science, education, jobs, institutions, and culture. We don't notice it because it surrounds us like the air we breathe. Materialism by itself isn't evil. It gave us incredible technologies, comforts, and progress. But taken to the extreme, when everything becomes quantified, when status replaces purpose, when credentials replace wisdom, when jobs become titles instead of callings, people begin to feel something deeper, more painful. Meaninglessness. We have sacrificed the things humans actually need to feel human. Sacredness, spirituality, community, intellectual depth, a sense of belonging, something to strive upward toward. You can't buy those. You can't major in those. You can't even consume those. But without them, life becomes a treadmill, fast, busy, and strangely hollow. To make things worse, many institutions, political, educational, media, corporate, which were built to serve, protect, or elevate society, have become slow, self-interested, and in some cases, outright institutionally corrupt. People look around and feel, these systems aren't working for me. And they're right. But instead of questioning the philosophical framework that produced those systems, instead of questioning what I call hyper-materialism, many conclude capitalism must be the culprit. Capital is a tool. It can build, innovate, create, empower. We could solve the homeless problem with capitalism. Or it can be rigged, captured, and used to benefit the few at the expense of the many. Both are possible. Both have happened. But blaming capitalism for every modern frustration is like blaming a hammer for a crooked house. The deeper issue is the worldview shaping how capital is used and the institutions regulating it. What people are truly reacting to is this: a crisis of meaning, a crisis of trust, a crisis of belonging, a crisis of purpose. These aren't economic problems. They're philosophical ones. When young people say they want more government intervention, they're not saying, please regulate me more. What they're really saying is, give me systems I can trust. Give me leaders who are not corrupt. Give me a world where my life matters. Give me meaning. They aren't angry at capitalism. They're angry at emptiness. Real renewal or transcendence won't come from tearing down markets or concentrating more power in already failing institutions. It will come from recovering the things we've lost, the things materialism pushed out of frame: sacredness, beauty, community, tradition, purpose, craftsmanship, wisdom, and transcendence. A society that remembers these things doesn't need to be forced into stability. It simply becomes stable. Because people who feel meaning don't need to be managed. People who feel connected don't need to be controlled. People who feel purpose don't need to be pacified. So put some thought to it. Maybe the solution isn't replacing capitalism. Maybe it's replacing the philosophy we didn't realize we were living under. In my opinion, what people are longing for is not a new economy. It's a new soul. There is an alternative. Join the consciousness revolution.